The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau announced on social media that he's been fired by President Trump. It's an early departure for Rohit Chopra. Joe Biden appointed him to run that agency back in 2021 to a term through late next year. Now, the CFPB is the government agency tasked with protecting consumers from unfair treatment by banks and other financial institutions.
Now, before I give my thoughts on what just happened, I want to show you this really quick.
Vivek Ramaswamy brought their circus to Capitol Hill this week, meeting with Republican lawmakers. Trump tapped the pair to lead his task force on government efficiency, and both have promised to slash spending across the federal government. Neither has worked in government themselves, however, so there is that. One of their first targets could be the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. This week, Musk posted on his social media platform, quote, delete CFPB, while complaining there are too many duplicative, I can say it, regulatory agencies. The director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Rohit Chopra, joins us now. I've had too much coffee already.
All right, now this is the guy right here that just got fired, but let's just see.
I came in fired up this morning. I really am fired up for this particular conversation because I will admit, when your department was first created, I was suspicious and curious, but I have learned by paying attention and seeing the impact of the level of protection you bring to consumers and why consumers have come to value that. So this idea that you have the idiocracy now led by these two individuals coming and saying, oh, we're going to delete this protection so that we can just run amok in not protecting those very interests of consumers is a problem. How are the folks at CFPB sort of dealing with and addressing what is coming?
Well, I don't even know what it means. When you say you're going to delete the CFPB, are you just begging for a financial crisis? Because that's actually what happened when we didn't have watchdogs over Wall Street. You know, the last 48 hours, the CFPB announced about $2 billion in refunds for people who were scammed by a credit repair ring. Just yesterday, we sued a bank that had harmed disabled and older people getting their Social Security checks. So are we talking about just deleting all the laws that make sure that when we get a mortgage or we get a credit card, that the interest is calculated right? I think it actually would be mayhem. So I don't understand why people would want financial crime. And if they say it's duplicative, who else will do it? Because it wasn't done, and we saw what happened in the mortgage crisis and the trillions of dollars we lost.
Helene Olin had a piece in MSNBC.com that I think sort of answers your rhetorical question, and it speaks to sort of what the impetus is for not liking some of this regulation. She writes, Musk, who has made it no secret that he would like X to branch into digital financial services, has a long track record of attempting to bend the government to his will and flouting its authority when he can. Explain how eliminating CFPB benefits Musk if, in fact, specifically, he wants to turn X into a financial platform.
Well, here's what we've been doing over the past few years. We've seen how big tech companies are lurching into financial services. So now we use our phones to transfer payments, even sometimes for buy now, pay later loans. So we've been saying we're not going to just look at the old stuff in traditional banks. We're going to look at these tech companies, and are they actually honoring federal law when it comes to your financial privacy, when it comes to guarding against fraud? And so we've gotten a lot of pushback from billionaires and their lobbyists when it comes to fairly enforcing the law. I think this is a very weird defund the Wall Street police scheme, and we have to stop it.
Put that on a t-shirt. You know, nothing quite as populist as aligning yourself with banks.
Well, you know, this whole thing for me is just such a grift, a grift on the public, in the sense that you have this billionaire who's running around talking like he's some guy who's been working a farm for 30 years, or trying to keep a manufacturing company running, and who's really setting himself and using Donald Trump. That's the thing, Donald Trump, you really are easy to punk. I was just surprised at how easy. I guess you just say a lot of nice things and maybe, drop a little bit of cash to help him get elected. That's enough. But the reality of it is there are real consequences should this agency go away. There are real consequences if we unleash this tech bro class that wants to now go out and introduce themselves to other facets of our life without regulation, without oversight. You had, to your point about the platform, X being a financial, you had The Verge noting X was supposed to be a bank by now. This time last year, Musk said in an internal X meeting that it would blow my mind if the service couldn't handle someone's entire financial life by the end of 2024. The first step toward this version is a Venmo-like payment feature that's still in development. X says it has secured money transmitter licenses to process payments in 38 states, including California, but is yet to get approval in key states like New York. They're telling you the plan. The question is, what do we do about it, and what is the impact?
Yeah, I think that we have done a lot over the past decade to earn the public support, and that includes from a wide range of those who are skeptical, including conservatives. And behind closed doors, you hear both Republicans, Democrats say, you got to make sure when it comes to all this new uses of data, all of the big tech companies, that you are on guard to make sure that it does not create massive harm. And great, if more tech companies want to jump in the game, we like that. All we're saying is just follow the same laws that everyone else has to. You don't get a free pass because you're well connected or have.
But they want to knock down those walls, though.
This is a 5-year term. So are you staying?
Well, we serve many offices in the government. We have 5-year terms. It's intended to cross over from government to government. But of course, we respect the process. If the president wants us to go, we do that.
Rohit Chopra, thank you so much for being with us today.
Now, let me know what your thoughts is about this, right? Now, for me, I believe that, hey, I don't really think that the CFPB is going to get, they're going to get rid of CFPB. However, I believe as you saw, right, he made those statements. And as you can see, he just got fired, a few days ago, right? So he just got fired. So what does that really mean? Hey, they just trying to, I don't know. But as you saw, I think they're just trying to get rid of the head, and they're trying to implement, I think Trump is trying to implement the things that he wanted in place, Elon, whoever, trying to implement the things that they want in place to do whatever they're trying to do. But when it comes to the consumers, I think still the CFPB is still going to be here to take care of the consumers, whatever the case may be. However, as you just saw, man, there's a lot going on. But I'm going to keep you updated. Just let me know your thoughts, right? In the comments. Let me know what you think, what's going to happen, because as we know, we just speculated. We don't know what's really going to happen. As far as, I don't really think they're going to get rid of the CFPB. Really, for sure. I don't think they're going to get rid of them, but they're going to put people that they want in place to do what they want to do, of course. All right. Just let me know what you think.